Hello again, everybody, and welcome to this week's episode of We Are Here to Help. I am Matt Nagy, a business optimization specialist, helping organizations save time, money, and hassle by dealing with their vendors for them. In this week's episode, I'm very thankful to have both John and Kelly on with Restoration 1. Welcome.
Thank you.
Hey, Matt.
And, so one of the things I really like about both John and Kelly and Restoration 1 is that, much like myself, they sit on the same side of the table as their customers. And being in restoration or mediation, that's very important. Customers come first, not the insurance company. But for viewers, if you guys could just give us kind of a 10,000-foot view, what exactly is, restoration or mediation? What exactly do you do at Restoration 1?
Yeah, I think that's a good starting point, Matt, is, Restoration 1 of Central Denver, and really what the restoration industry is about. We specialize in water damage, fire, and mold remediation. So those are three things that kind of go hand in hand with each other throughout this whole process. Water damage, if water damage goes undetected or untreated, it leads into mold. And if mold isn't taken care of, it can start to spread very quickly throughout the home. And then the third one is a fire. So if you are somebody that has had like a kitchen fire or a home that has taken on a lot of smoke damage, or a garage fire, or any type of fire inside the home, you're going to want a professional company to come in and clean that up and rebuild it. And so really from that is pretty much mainly what we do.
Excellent. And obviously, there are several restoration companies out there. You guys helped me, I don't know how long ago it was, but a while ago with a DIY project that I was trying to do with the bathtub. It didn't work well. I had water damage, but I'm very glad I met you guys. I know you guys are unique in terms of how you work. If you can just explain, what makes you unique in the Denver marketplace.
Yeah, I think one of the unique things about us, Matt, and what Restoration 1 of Central Denver does is we work for the customer. So a lot of times the issue that is caused inside a home that might relate to water damage is covered by insurance. The main thing to understand about the insurance process is you want a restoration company that is on your side. And what I mean by that, we work for the customer, not the insurance company. So if you're talking to your insurance provider and your insurance provider is saying, hey, I have a restoration company that can come out right now and take care of your issue, they work for the insurance company. Whereas us, Restoration 1 of Central Denver, we work for the customer. And the best way I can explain this to you is when that adjuster shows up to the doorstep, we are standing on the inside with the customer and not on the outside with the adjuster. Whereas if you call the insurance company and they send a restoration company out there, they're going to be standing on the side of the adjuster. And what that means sometimes is that they're going to try limiting the amount that the claim is worth. Mm-hmm. So you're going to want to work with a restoration company like Restoration 1 of Central Denver that works for the customer.
That makes sense. And Kelly, I know you wanted to chat for a second, about what makes, other things that make you guys unique, just from the perspective of how you guys work.
Yeah, absolutely. So a quick few things about us. We are family owned and locally operated. In addition to standing on that side of the customer, we use less invasive drying equipment. So we've really invested in top of the line equipment that, when appropriate, if the loss is appropriate, the water damage isn't too extensive, we can come in with less invasive drying equipment. It helps save those building materials versus tearing everything out. So in the end, that's saving the customer money. And then also if insurance is involved, that's saving the insurance company as well. Because when you come in to do mitigation or remediation, you have to keep in mind those costs, not only on the dry out or the demolition side of a commercial property or a residential home, but then you have to keep in mind there's also costs for all of that rebuild. Mm-hmm. So less invasive drying equipment, for example, for wood floors, which can be really expensive to replace, extensive drywall and ceiling repairs. We have equipment that can be injected into wall cavities between floor joists to help dry out areas. So in turn, it's saving everybody money and getting us out of your home sooner, right?
And that's something obviously here at Schooley Mitchell we echo: saving time, saving money, and that's great to hear. For those viewing, it's going to be late spring, early summer. What are some of the things that people should be keeping an eye on then, and what are the things that when they happen, people should be reaching out to you for?
Yeah, I think that's also a really good question, Matt. I think one of the main things that during the spring, summertime, a lot of the water loss situations that we see come from sprinkler systems. People that maybe didn't have their sprinkler system winterized properly, now they turn the sprinkler system on, and now that water is pushing back into their home, down into their basement. We see this all the time. And this is something that if you turn your sprinkler systems on, I would periodically go check your basement, just make sure you're not having water come in, check your walls on the exterior, make sure they're dry, make sure your carpet and pad or your flooring in your basement is dry. That is really kind of one of the main things that we do see during the spring, winter time, or sorry, the spring and summertime. Another thing too is not caught or freeze breaks that happen during the winter time, and you go to turn on your outside spigot and you have water shooting out everywhere. So there's probably something that happened during the wintertime where it didn't get winterized correctly. And now you're having a freeze break that's old, and it's starting to, push water back into your home as well. I think that's a really common one that we run into during the summer, springtime as well.
Yeah, I would say rain also. We're going into that rainy season, hail season throughout the summer here in Colorado. And, checking your basement, sometimes people don't go down to their basement often enough. You can get rainwater coming in from window wells, hydrostatic pressure. So as rain hits and we enter that season, just whether it's freezes or rain, just keeping an eye on those locations that you don't frequent quite often in your home, to just make sure there's no water damage taking place.
Excellent. Well, I really appreciate both of you joining me today. I would highly recommend both John and Kelly at Restoration One. I've used them in the past, and I'm very thankful that you guys took some time to join me today. So thank you.
Awesome.
Thank you, Matt.
Thank you, everybody, and welcome or not welcome, and have a good rest of the week. And thank you for joining me for We Are Here to Help.